home and finance radio show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. See if we get the Miss Christie over there. I think I know which one she's going to be rooting for here. We've got 4 options today. Marching Music Day. I don't think so. National Grammar Day? I don't think so. National Pound Cake Day? Yeah, that one will do, but I think I know the one that Miss Christie's after. National Hug a GI Day. I wonder if that, that one may not be a good one. I thought I had it down pat today. Oh, well, I guess we're going to have to stick with National Pound Cake Day. Put a little strawberries on there. Lots of whipped cream. It ought to be even better. Okay, beating anorexia, we're rolling there. Let's check and see what's going on in the markets. Holy cow, the stock market. Take a look at that. We are watching the markets for you very closely every day. We were up over 100 points earlier today. Now we are down 282 points. Ow! We'll have to check and see what's gone on in the last 45 minutes. We'll see what's going on. It was coming back to earth a little bit, but boy, did the markets take a big turn down. We'll have to check that out. You know, there's a lot of talk about the settlement with China. And, you know, it's kind of funny. It's one of those stories that they never mention these things, really. Here's the issue. Those that know don't talk. Those that talk don't know. So when they come out with these folks that say, well, we know exactly what's in the trade deal, yeah, my guess is they probably are just speculating and probably don't know what's in the deal, because the ones that do know it, they just are not talking about it. They've been pretty quiet on it. Mum has been the word for a significant amount of time. So I don't really believe that the people that are talking about it really know. And we're pretty certain nowadays that the media, yeah, they just know a whole lot less than what they want to talk about. In fact, it's gotten to be so bad, I didn't realize this. I was just looking at a recent survey that the vast majority of America does not believe the media at all. Is there any surprise to that one?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of surprise coming out of that one, that the American people just don't believe the media anymore. I think the latest number is about 4 or 5% really believe the media, which is a shame because the media has an important part of our country, but you know, they've abdicated their responsibility. They're not taking. Yes, I know I'm in the media. I give you the information as I know it, but boy, it's amazing how poor the media really has gotten anymore. If you turn on any news station, you really know pretty much exactly what they're going to tell you right from the very beginning. It's a sad day. It is a sad day where you have things like this happening. I think I looked at it. Figure this one out. Now, last week, what was the most important news story of the week? No, not Miss Cortez. AOC is never an important news story. Think about the notoriety that she's gotten recently, all based on 15,000 votes. Now, our city council people here in Southern California, they get more than 15,000 votes on a regular basis, but that's what the news has got going right now. They're talking about it. Now, here's the issue. On CNN, MSNBC, or MSNB Hee-Haw, 428 minutes I think it was Wednesday, on the Cohen coverage, 12 minutes talking about North Korea. Now, Cohen has already been told or been convicted of being a liar, yet the Clinton News Network and MSNB Hee-Haw, 428 minutes on Cohen, 12 minutes on North Korea. Does that make any sense to anybody? Can anybody come up with logic for something like that? I just watch it, and it's fascinating. Where do they come up with these issues? No wonder the media has got the poor reputation that it has. It's just that when you're talking about these issues now, I look at it and say, well, there are some other things involved in that. I mean, why in the world was that even part of the coverage? You think about what was the intent of Elijah Cummings and the Democrats when they scheduled that hearing while in the middle of the president being overseas doing, whether you like the president or not, it was pretty serious business when you're dealing with nuclear events. Yet that was the coverage that the media wanted. Does that make any sense to anybody? Am I missing something here? If I'm missing it, just put the comments right there in our chat window. Those of you that are watching us, RonSiegelRadio.tv, you can see that right there. But I did look and see, and I'm trying to find the exact story to share with you, where we looked and saw what one outlet did as a story. They basically did a survey to find out what people think of the media. And the numbers are just so staggering that it's hard to believe that it can be that bad at this day and age. Now, the media used to have be thought of very, very highly. But nowadays, nobody trusts the media. Nobody believes the media. Yet they get all this crazy coverage. Now, I'm going to share with you just a personal opinion because I was watching this morning, and the witch hunt continues now that the Democrats control the House of Representatives, looking into everything the president's ever done in his entire life. Now, if I was the president, and I have obviously not, and he may not listen to our broadcast, maybe he does, I don't know, but here's that he watches a lot of TV, but here's the issues. I tell everyone that's associated, or every one of his associates, something? Go ahead and just tell the organizations, the Congress, something, you're going to take the fifth on everything they ask. Now, you probably didn't do anything at all wrong, but you don't want to be entrapped, which is all they're trying to do at this point. It's strictly a case of entrapment. They're strictly on a witch hunt. They're not dealing with anything that has legitimacy to the United States or the running of the country. So why not? Why not just take the fifth on every single thing they ask for and let them go out there and try and figure out what they want to investigate, what they want to do from there. Just a thought for you. Let's see what else is in the daily briefing today. President Trump denounced the Democrats as the party of socialist nightmare and took on his sick, lunatic, and dirty opponents. Those are his words. That was at the CPAC convention. Obviously going off script there quite a bit. Bernie Sanders launches his campaign officially, vows to defeat dangerous Trump at a Brooklyn rally. Really? Bernie Sanders? You really come out there? Now, Bernie has millions of dollars, has multiple houses, and wants to take everything away from everybody. You know what that is? Socialism is just an issue where they want to have more control. That's all they want to do, control more and more of your life. The U.S. officially hit its debt ceiling Saturday. Congress had suspended the debt ceiling in February 2018, and it went back into effect Saturday. According to a report released by the Congressional Budget Office, the deadline to raise or extend the ceiling can be pushed to the fall, setting up another potentially nasty battle with the Congress. We'll see what happens there. Let's see what else we can find in the daily briefing. Fentanyl bust in New York finds enough to kill 2 million people. Ooh, not good there. U.S., South Korea, and military drills in an olive branch to North Korea. Let's see what happens with that one. Pentagon sends Congress a proposal for a new Space Force with 15,000 troops. Ooh, 15,000 troops into space. Top Democrats want to subpoena Sean Hannity to testify before Congress, saying more than 52 million people under amazing. Let's see what that one's all about. They want to listen to Sean Hannity. Now, talk about a partisan. Whether you like him or not, that's just really what it is. But obviously, they want to hear what he knows about President Trump. Where in the world do they come up with all this stuff? It's just crazy. Hannity contradicted Cohen's testimony during an interview with Trump on his Fox News show Thursday. In fact, Hannity said Cohen told him personally that Trump did not direct him to cut the payments. So we'll see what happens there. Does anybody care? I don't think anyone really cares about it. I know I don't.
This is ridiculous.
Amazing. We're going to continue on. We will get into our other topics today now that we got the daily briefing out of the way. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, how to buy a house, 10 steps you need to know about. The housing market will spring forward this year, and emergency expenses, how you should budget for them. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Mortgage Minute today, being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage when you're ready for that next mortgage. Gold Star has the programs and the products for you. We just need to get you that information, get and loan application. Pretty simple to get that done. Go get the loan application. Get the Fast Pass loan approval. We're going to be talking about that Fast Pass loan approval shortly. We're going to get you that information on that one as well. That's the one that's going to save you potentially $10,000 to $50,000 on the purchase of your new home. How do they do that? Well, they're getting you totally underwritten before you ever get out there starting to look for your new home. When you are underwritten, then you can make a same as cash offer. Same as cash offers. Cash buyers seem to buy a little bit cheaper than some of the others. So that's why we're looking and saying, okay, well, you know something, get that cash offer in. Make it go for you. Get your agent negotiating on your behalf. And we're going to talk about some steps to buying a new house. It's a pretty fascinating process. We like it. We're going to show you exactly how to go about doing that. Some of the things you need to know. We will talk about that. But let's look at what's going on in the Mortgage Minute today. Well, the stock market had opened up in a pretty strong opening today, turned around significantly. We're down, but as I speak to you right now, we're looking at being down about 350 points. So that's about a 500 point, 450 point swing from where we were earlier today. We opened up strong this morning. But let's see what that means to you, because there can be some benefits to you, because we are looking at everything in the market. The S&P 500, it's down 22 right now. The 10-year Treasury, the yield, the interest is down 3 basis points, 2.72. But the Fannie Mae 30-year bond, that is up 14 basis points, which means mortgage interest rates are down. We've been watching that because we're looking at some compression there between the point of resistance and the point of support. Well, now we're seeing what's going on there. Stocks are higher, or were higher, because the U.S. and China nearing a trade that could be finalized by the end of this month. I am going to suggest to you it's highly likely, I don't have any inside information, that the Wall Street Journal came out with this report earlier saying exactly what was happening in the report. My bet is that there were some folks that came out and said, you know, that might not be quite the truth. There might be some misgivings in there, and that could have spooked the market a bit. Again, I haven't been, being that I'm on air, I can't research it and tell you precisely what that is. But I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that's probably where all of these things came from. And we're going to be looking at that closely for you. As far as other items in the news, got the construction numbers came out. They were not as good as we had hoped for. New home sales are out on tomorrow. Mortgage applications and the ADP employment report is Wednesday. Jobless claims Thursday. And the big news of the week will be the BLS jobs report. which comes out on Friday, and housing starts come out on Friday as well. So we'll be watching all of those items very closely for you. We do that on a regular basis, get that information to you as quickly as we can get it for you. That is the Mortgage Minute. Again, brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the only one I know of with that fast pass loan approval. So what are some of the steps that we need to be looking at? Home buying, 10 steps to success. It can be a complicated, stressful process, but that's why we're going to get you this information. Have you looked at your budget yet? That's the big issue. Do you know what you can afford? Well, when you're looking at your budget, hey, go and get the Financial Legacy tool. It's free from Ron Siegel Radio. It is read-only. There is no way of making any changes in there. It just gives you reporting data. You can text RSR Budget to 79564, RSR Budget to 79564. You can get that budget tool for free. You can also go to the website, mbelinks.com/budget. So once you've crunched the numbers, thought about your lifestyle, made the decision to buy a home, it can be a complicated, stressful process, but knowing what to expect can reduce some of that anxiety and help you confidently find your way to your new home. To help, I've put together a step-by-step guide to the home buying process. You could swap the order of a few early steps. You can get pre-approved. I suggest getting pre-underwritten. Get that fast pass from our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. But you don't want to find the perfect place only to have a better prepared buyer swoop in and snag it. Step 1, check your credit report and your credit score. Before you contact the lender, it's smart to check your credit report. By law, you can get a free report once a year through annualcreditreport.com. The report pulls data from 3 major credit reporting agencies, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Having the information in hand before you talk with lenders lets you dispute any errors in the report. All you got to do is give us a call at 800-306-1990. We'll help you with that. If it gets to be where it's something that's really significant that we feel you should be chatting with a professional, put you in touch with our friends over at Blue Water Credit. They can help you with that. MyFICO.com, they give you actual scores. They are the legitimate scores. Yes, they charge for it. But when you go to Credit Sesame or Credit Karma or any of those are credit scores, not FICO scores. They cannot be used in the lending process. So I want you to make sure you get the right information. Based on your credit report, Fair Isaac assigns you a credit score ranging from 350 to 850. Notice that is a 500-point spread. That'll be important later. The higher your credit score, the lower the interest rate on your mortgage. Scores are based on payment history. Have you paid your bills on time? Amounts owed. What is your overall debt? Length of credit history. How long have you been borrowing money? Mortgage lenders like to see a long credit history. New credit. Have you applied for credit? Types of credit. Lenders like to see a variety of types, such as bank cards, car loans, and student loans. So what is a good credit score? You can expect a good mortgage rate at anything above 720. Home buyer, Super Sue, and FHA loan can usually get that loan as long as they've got a 580 or over. FICO scores are available. Again, myfico.com for a one-time or monthly fee. Once you know your score, you can find out what interest rate you'll likely qualify for by giving us a call at 800-306-1990. A lot of the information you're finding out there may not be accurate, so give me a call again, help you out with that. Step 2, figure out how much you can afford. That goes back into the Financial Legacy tool that I told you about earlier. That's knowing your budget. Decide how much you're willing to pay. There's 2 different issues. What will you be qualified for, and what are you comfortable with? 2 different numbers. Some people are not comfortable with as much as they can be qualified for. Just because you can qualify for a larger mortgage does not mean you want to have that kind of payment each month. We can give you a mortgage affordability calculator to help determine what you can afford. Again, just call us. The consult is free. Now is also a good time to research your housing market and start going to open houses in your prospective neighborhood to give you a good sense of what your money will get you. Again, if you want the best tool out there for finding out what's on the market, Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564, NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. You put in some of the parameters of what you're looking for. You'll get a text message with what is available in the marketplace. You can even put that text message in there, and it'll send you how much anytime a new property sells in your neighborhood, give you an idea of how much your existing property is worth if you have an existing property. Step 3 is call me. 800-306-1990. We want to put you in touch with a real estate agent that understands the business. There are a lot of real estate agents out there. I think the last number I saw in Orange County, 19,500 real estate licensees. Does that mean they know what they're doing? Absolutely not. I would say the vast majority do not know what they're doing.
You know better than that.
Yeah, you know that they don't. They're out there, they got their license, they might be using it for some ancillary service. It could be. Maybe they're not even using their license for anything, but they got a license, maybe they did it in school, but they're not qualified to do a transaction. I will tell you this, I have a license, I've never used it. I refer people all the time to somebody who I feel is more qualified for that part of the transaction. They're going to be the lifeline through the process. Not so long ago, people didn't have much to go on when selecting an agent. A postcard in the mail, name sign might have been all you had to consider if you didn't have a personal referral. But now you can go and check reviews. Again, who are they going to ask to put a review up? The people they had good experiences with. So be careful of those. Go ahead, meet a few agents, the ones that I give you a reference to, and see what you like if you click with somebody. Your agent will be your chief advocate, confidant, and hander in the process. So you want to find a good fit, somebody that you are comfortable with. We're going to continue the conversation on these 10 steps. When we come back, you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. We will also chat a little bit about the housing market. Will it spring forward this year? We'll ask that question. We might even answer that question for you. And some emergency expenses and how you should budget for them. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Nest, N-E-S-T. They're the quickest that I know of to get that information out to you. The housing market will spring forward this year, just like our clocks this weekend. In the majority of the country, the housing market will soon spring forward. Similar to tension in the spring, the lack of inventory available for sale has been holding back the market. Many potential sellers believe that waiting until spring is in their best interest. Traditionally, they would have been right. Buyer demand has seasonality to it. Usually this falls off in the winter months, especially in areas of the country impacted by Arctic conditions. This hasn't happened this year. Demand for housing has remained strong as mortgage rates have remained near historic lows. Even with an increase in rates forecasted for 2019, buyers are still able to lock in an affordable monthly payment. Buyers are increasingly jumping off the fence and into the market to secure a lower rate. The National Association of Realtors recently reported that in 2018, the top 10 state sellers listed their homes all fell in April, May, or June. Those who act quickly and list now before a flood of increased competition will benefit from additional exposure to buyers. If you're planning on selling your home in 2019, let's get together to evaluate the opportunities in the marketplace. That is the real-time real estate segment. Again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find that dream home before someone else does. There are many sources out there to find your housing. Nest just happens to be the one that gets it to you quickest. Good morning, Zeb. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Dave. Alex, glad to see you with us this morning. Mercedes, Regina, Linda, Mitchell, DJ, glad to see you all with us this morning. Going to get back to our conversation, how to buy a house, 10 steps to buying a home. Step number 4, a lot of folks will say get pre-approved. I am going to tell you get pre-underwritten, get the fast pass loan approval from our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. Smart move to get pre-approved, pre-underwritten for a loan early in the process. Research is telling us these things. Ron Siegel Radio has an easy tool that lets you find out what you can get underwritten for. All you do is go to mbelinks.com/easy app, A-P-P. mbelinks.com/easy app. That pre-underwrite requires the underwriter or the lender to pull credit information. We talked about that before, and assess your financial situation. Then they're going to give you a letter that states the amount they would be willing to lend you if you get in multiple offer scenario. Being pre-underwritten, not pre-approved, may give you an edge because the seller will have more confidence that you'll be able to get approved for the loan that they have put in touch that you've agreed to. You're not obligated to get a loan from the lender who gets you a pre-approval form, so you can always give a call to our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. When it's time to officially apply for a mortgage, it's best to get some estimates, have somebody do some personal shopping for you. That's what Gold Star does. Number 5, start looking at homes. Let this serious shopping begin. By now, you've talked things over with your agent, and you both know what you really want and need in a home. There's a big difference between the needs list, the wants list, and the wish list. Armed with this, your price range and knowledge of the local area, look at listings online. Everybody's doing that. Again, text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564, and with your agent. The agent's going to come up with properties for you to tour as well. Chances are you'll discover some new things to love or hate about homes and refine your search. Step number 6, make an offer. For most buyers, this is when butterflies really show up, the nerves kick in. Once you've found a home, you want your agent to work with you to craft an offer. Remember, the listing price is only a starting point. Sometimes the property is going to sell for more. Sometimes it will sell for less. Your agent will understand the market and help guide you to make the most attractive offer, whether it's below, at, or above the listing price. Are there any contingencies to your offer? Will you require an inspection? You should, and make sure you're calling our friends over at Hammond Inspections. Once you submitted the offer, you get to wait. It'll seem interminable. It'll be forever. You may get neither a simple yes or no, but a counteroffer to consider. It can be something of a dance, a chess game. If you get a solid no, go back and start finding another property that makes sense for you. Don't get too attached to any property. Just throwing that out there for you. Step 7, the home inspection. Again, I highly recommend our friends over at Hammond Inspections. If your offer called for a home inspection, this is a big day. Sure, you get to have a home inspector look over the home to make sure there are no unforeseen defects you want to negotiate to have fixed. But more importantly, this is the most time you'll get to spend in your new home until closing. Go ahead and start measuring things and figuring out what goes where. This may be the last time you're inside the home until it is yours. Down the road, several days or weeks. Take a lot of pictures. Make sure, get some video. All those things that you really want to make sure. More is better. Again, more pictures is better. You got the pictures, the professional pictures that they did to sell the property. But they're doing just that. Those pictures are taken with the intent of selling the property. You're not looking to buy it at this point. You've already got into contract. Now you're looking for measurements, room sizes. Do you need any extra carpeting? Do you need to talk to a painter? Whatever. Any home repairs? Where are you going to put the TV? Does it need cabling or wiring done for that? All of those are issues that you're looking at this point in time. You're going to want to get insurance and deal with the utilities. If you already own a home, simply call your insurance agent. Let them know you're buying a new home. They'll handle writing a new policy. If you don't have an insurance agent, now's the time to find one because your lender will require homeowners insurance, even if you don't have a mortgage. Insurance is a critical part of protecting your investment. You'll also want to give utility companies your move-in date to establish service. Nothing like moving into a cold, dark house because you didn't get an account with a power company. You get to the point of your closing, and then you just find out, well, I have to wait 2 weeks to get the cable turned on, or I have to wait a week to get the electric turned on, or I'm not going to have any water or gas. It's all because you didn't plan properly. That's why we put together this home buying guide. A home buying guide, I forgot to even mention that. Probably by the end of the day today or tomorrow, we will have the newest release of the Ron Siegel Radio e-guides. Things to consider when buying a home, things to consider when selling a home. So we're going to have those coming out. Watch the emails. If you're not on our email list, make sure you send me a text, email, private message, whatever it is, to get on that list. Continuing our discussion, step 9, closing day. This is the big day. You're going to read and sign papers, and then read and sign some more papers, and then do it over again. Probably close to 140 pages of documents. Even though you're just sitting around a table, it can be kind of exhausting. It also means you are nearing the finish line. And make sure that you've got your questions answered. Now, remember this. The notary doesn't necessarily know what you're doing in the process. You want to make sure you're talking to somebody who understands your unique situation. Generally, that will not be the notary. That'll be your real estate professional, your lender. Your lender may even, or your real estate professional may even have an insurance agent for you to talk to. I know our friends over at Gold Star, the first thing they're going to do is say, hey, can we send your contract over to our preferred insurance carrier? We have no relationship, no business relationship with them, no financial relationship with them. We just want to make sure there's no surprises when we get to the end of the line. You may even find that you can save some money by chatting with them because they've got a vested interest in making sure they do look out for the clients of Ron Siegel Radio. Just a thought for you right there. Step number 10, get the keys and move in. This is it. You did it. You're now a homeowner. Your sale contract will specify exactly how soon you get to move in. Sometimes it's by a certain time on the day you sign closing papers. Sometimes possession happens a few days after closing. Whenever it is, you've just ended the adventures of home buying and started the adventure of home ownership. And make sure you understand those as well. That is 10 steps to buying a home. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, emergency expenses and how you should budget for them. That will be our conversation. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And again, if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 186677.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgages.com. Are you 62 years of age or older? Do you have some equity in your property? Well, if the answer to that is yes, then maybe you want to look into getting that reverse mortgage. It is a good time to do that. Their rules have changed. It used to be that, you had to have a whole lot of income, and it used to be that you had to have a lower priced property. Lower is relative, basically, when you're talking about Southern California. Now the reverse mortgage, there are programs available for many, many price points. We just talked to somebody the other day that actually had a home that is a $2.5 million home, and it is a possibility of getting a reverse mortgage for those properties. Again, you just have to have some information, understand the program. You are not going to lose the equity in your property. You are actually going, you might have even more money left in your estate if you do this properly. That is the idea. So let's take a look at some emergency expenses and how much they may cost you. Always want to make sure, and that's why I talk to you on a regular basis. Make sure you've got that emergency fund. Make sure you've got money set aside. You can do it in a lot of different ways, having that emergency fund. You may just have a simple account set aside with that emergency fund. You might actually even put the money into a Roth IRA. You can take the principal out, but the money grows in a tax-free environment. If you take the earnings or the growth out, then you got to deal with taxes and implications there. Always check with your CPA. But if the money that you earn is just enough to cover the bills, you might find yourself in a bind when something you haven't budgeted for happens. That's why money experts recommend that everyone have a emergency fund just in case you are met with unexpected expenses. Let's take a look at the things that could happen to anyone and how much they could cost you out of pocket if they should happen. Here are some unexpected expenses you should be planning for if any of these unfortunate events happen to you. You might have to pay quickly to get them fixed. Even with insurance, there's almost always a deductible to be met. Here are some of the small emergencies that can break the bank if you haven't budgeted for them. A tree in your yard dies and is threatening your roof. $600 to $1,500, it could be. Pet requires surgery. $1,000 and more. Washer or dryer breaks. Average $200 to $700. Cracked windshield. Average $185 to $1,000. The water heater goes out. $250 to $600, could be even more than that. Child gets sick and needs daycare. $232 per week per child. Cell phone dies or is lost, or you drop it in the pool. Yeah, that could be an expensive one. $500, $600, $700, $800. Emergency room visit could be anywhere from $150 to $3,000. Car accident, on average, $7,500. Ow! Of course, there are many more, but as you can see, unexpected expenses can add up quickly. When it comes to dealing with unexpected expenses, I say that practice something you should be doing anyway. Saving money. If you don't have savings when you're not prepared for the oops in life, because oops happens, all different types and sizes, and a lot of times we're not in a position to deal with them. I say the numbers show that if you're not saving even a small amount, the risk of financial ruin is much higher. Then you have to call our friend Christine Kingston, not the call you want to be making. Nice lady, nice friend, but something you want to avoid those areas. Surveys show, no matter how the question is asked, that roughly half of Americans cannot handle a simple financial hiccup in their lives. Some part of our car breaks, or something in your house needs repairing or replacing, or whatever it is that's a surprise. You don't have anything to draw on. That's why you got to have that emergency fund. It is very, very important. We've talked about that in the past. You just got to do it. Don't take these things for granted. Just throwing that out there. That is the Word on Wealth segment. Again, brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgages.com. If you are 62 years of age or older, have equity in your property. Now it doesn't matter what the property price is for the most part. We can always put you in touch with our friend Jake Kaplan. He can help you out with getting that reverse mortgage, at least getting the knowledge you need to get that taken care of. He is the guru that we recommend most frequently on Ron Siegel Radio. Go and get a hold of him. Just give me a call at 800-306-1990. We'll be happy to put you in touch. Make sure that you get the information you need. So again, that is the Word on Wealth segment. Credit tips. We always like to give you a few credit tips if we have a few minutes at the end of a broadcast. So Experian Director of Consumer Education Awareness, Rod Griffin, helps out. He explains consumers better understand and manage their personal finance, protect themselves from fraud and identity theft. In April 2016, the Institute for Financial Literacy named Rod its Educator of the Year. So let's see what we can find out from him. Even though consumers with credit are trending to better scores. Many people still don't have access to credit. The two are not the same. What they see at Experian is that limited credit histories and low credit scores are two of the key barriers to credit access for many consumers. Lenders rely heavily on credit reports and credit scores. However, traditional reports and scores might not tell the whole financial story if a consumer has what's considered a quote-unquote thin file. Yeah, we don't talk about thin on Ron Siegel Radio. It's less than 5 trade lines included in the credit report. Having too little information upon which to base a lending decision can lead to a rejected credit application or overall approval with a higher interest rate. So, what is meant by 5 trade lines on a credit report? According to Rod, a trade line is industry lingo for an account entry in a credit report. Account information includes the name of the lender, the type of account, details about the account balance, credit limit, or principal loan amount, and the dates it was opened and closed if it was closed, and most important, the payment history of the account. The entry will show both the current payment status and whether or not there were late payments in the past. At least 5 accounts on a credit report show credit lenders that the consumer has a good mix of accounts and enough credit history to have some insight into their credit worthiness. Fewer than 5 accounts results in what the credit industry calls a thin file. Someone with a thin file is probably new to credit, doesn't have much of a credit history. Creditors see people with thin files as potential risks solely because the consumer doesn't have much history to determine whether he or she is a good credit. Just a few items there for you, and as always I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.